Hey everybody, I've got some notes today, and if you're wondering where I'm sitting right now, this is actually our original van. Purchased it, I believe, in 2010. First year my girlfriend and I were together, and we basically lived in this thing full time for a few years after that. And even after that, I ended up working a job about an hour and a half from where my girlfriend was living at the time, and I would just live in this thing essentially throughout the week up in Logan, Utah. Um, and it was really cold in the winter. I remember that winter we even hadn't installed our Propex heater yet. So it's sometimes nice to just like see this thing again. It's just basically in our driveway right now, not doing a whole lot. No real plans for it, but it is funny how a lot of this stuff, a lot of the parts of this build nowadays, I'd kind of be embarrassed to put my name on. But we had, we were young and dumb. We were in our 20s, and just the amount of adventures we had in this thing. I mean, I'll never get that out of a van again. So I think it's just it's good to have that perspective. Like no matter how fancy a van you can build, if you don't have the money or if you don't have the time to go travel, it's you can do a lot with some pretty mediocre things if you've just got the time and the spirit. So, anyways, I wanted this video to be kind of a channel update. I think some things might be changing a little bit, and I haven't really had my channel going for too long, but I just completed this van build, and as a result, just to get into it right away, I've been building vans basically full time for about 7 years now, and I really burned out at one point, and I don't really want to go back to doing that. So this whole YouTube experiment kind of is just a little bit of a see if I can diversify some income a little bit to make ends meet while not having to just spend 24/7 or building vans. Being self-employed can be a pain, and I just hope to be able to have a little bit of a better balance in life. So hopefully this YouTube thing will keep going. I feel like after building vans for so long, it would be just kind of a waste of a lot of skills and knowledge that I've picked up now to just totally give it up. So I hope this way I can keep building some vans. But that said, for the rest of the summer, I'm not planning to build any vans. I've got some woodworking projects. Like we bought our house 5 years ago, and I still don't have a nightstand. That has been like my top project to do, and I'm going to get around to it now. I'm going to build this nightstand. I've actually told myself I'm going to build it before I even do a couple shop infrastructure things I want to do, because what's happened previously is I go to do some small shop project that's supposed to take a week. A month later, I finally finish it, and by then I've already picked up some work I got to do. So I've got some woodworking things I'm really excited to do, and that's going to happen first. So I basically just got to warn everybody here that for the rest of the summer, I'd say maybe about half the content is going to be van related, and the other half I just hope to do things or present things that I'm interested in, and hopefully you guys find that interesting as well. Now, I'm not going to try to sell you on watching my videos if you don't find them interesting, but I would tell you that I did not become a better woodworker by watching van build videos. And I think if you truly, if you watch some of my videos and you're impressed by my woodworking, then I would say you should really just dive into the world of woodworking, not carpentry or any kind of like construction-based woodworking, but really just watch some of the, great channels out there with people that are just great woodworkers, that make me look bad. I've been able to apply my woodworking knowledge towards like the lightweight build side, but when I want to become a better woodworker, the best way to do that is to just build some furniture. You can ignore all the wiring and plumbing you got to incorporate. You don't have to worry about weight. You can just really refine that ability to make just as good a joints as you can, and you can just worry about presenting aesthetics and like the aesthetics of the wood, aesthetics of the design. So I think building furniture is just the best way to become a better woodworker. A few other things I've wanted to incorporate into this channel. First thing is I might actually start posting on my Instagram. I have an Instagram, Project to Science, but I have not done anything related to this channel on it. It's got some side life things on there that I've done, but I might start using that for maybe just some of the more like lighthearted or like, small details that are just interesting throughout the build, but just never make it to a video. Like, maybe sometimes I'll get a part that's messed up, and I think it's a fascinating little thing as to like how it's failed or how it's messed up, but that doesn't make it into a long video. But that might just be where I start posting some of the more like day in, day out kind of stuff. I'm also toying with the idea of trying to do a live stream as kind of like a Q&A about the van I just finished. I really hope that it's not me just hanging out drinking beer, hoping somebody logs in. So if that sounds like an interesting thing to you, please leave a comment. It might go great, it might go terribly, but that's something I've just thought about doing. I've got a couple more tiny little van projects I got to finish up, so I'll probably be at least a month before that's a reality. But if it does become one, then I'll try to announce it as well as I can. And then the final thing I want to address is that I've been terrible at addressing comments and questions, and I know it in the comments. And I've written down here that I think the comments kind of fall into three categories, the comments and questions. The first one, which is, percentage-wise, not that many of them, is I think some of the comments and questions I get, I've actually already answered. And quite often it will be in the same video. And sometimes I feel like I'll just imply the answer. So I'm sorry if I don't reply to those, but if you don't watch the video all the way through, or if you just didn't pay attention, then I don't really feel like I should have to answer those questions. The next ones I get people that I strongly feel through their question that they already have an opposing opinion, and I just get the sense that they're going to fight me no matter what I say. So I just don't really address those. If you think you're right and your design works for you, then I actually have no problems with that. I just have a different opinion. So there's that. And then the third, the third part of questions I get is that some of you guys are actually asking like really good questions, but there is no short answer to it. Like it necessitates more of a discussion of the pros and cons than it's not like that's wrong, that's right. It's like everything is kind of a gradient, and the solution that's correct for somebody might be wrong for me or might be wrong for you. So I would like some way to kind of open up this discussion, or a way to like present the options. So I might end up taking some of those best questions that I've had and actually trying to do little videos out of them. Maybe even like setting up little demonstrations or experiments. Because I really, I think end up reading every comment eventually. I honestly just don't make the time to respond to them. It's time consuming. And the ones that I actually get really excited about, YouTube comments, it's not a great place to have a conversation or to demonstrate something. So that might be coming up too. Anyways, that's kind of the future of this channel. But if you're still listening here, I wanted to just say a couple of things that might be kind of off, out of character for this channel. But it will kind of help to give the context of maybe my, how I view my relationship with YouTube. And I think one of the things I hope that my channel always keeps presenting and is honest about is that I don't believe that there is anything perfect. And that is actually what kept me away from YouTube for so long, and actually what just like does not make me excited about like van life culture is the marketing bullshit in it. I think, a lot of the van series that I think get a lot of attention literally can be explained as, I bought a van, I bought these tools, I've never used them, but look at what I've built, it's perfect. And that's just impossible. I think any craftsman will tell you that you can't do anything perfect the first time around. And I hope that my channel continues to be honest. I think what I often strive for, I would describe as trying to achieve a perfect compromise. Whether it's, I got to build it fast, so that's as good as I could do. I need it to be this durable. I want this aesthetic. All of these things, can yield a very good compromise. But to say that you have the best van for off-roading, or the best van for this, or the most luxurious, that kind of marketing, I just despise. I hope my channel never has to go that way. Although those people seem to be making more money, so I should, probably look into it or something. Or, it's like, I didn't sell out, I bought in, right? Anyways, so I think what I'd like to present on my channel is that compromise. And what really makes me excited, and I hope comes through in some of these upcoming videos, is I kind of believe in like something that I often call like the ascent. And I think I will never build anything perfect, but I enjoy the pursuit of every time around trying to do my best job and trying to get better. And best job might sometimes mean that this isn't truly the best work I could do, but I have like improved my efficiency because I only had a small time window. So I hope to just always, I think that's the key is you build something once, you look at it, you're proud of it, right? Like you just put a lot of heart into it. But it's good to look at it objectively and say, hey, like this part didn't turn out perfect. I could have built this part a lot more efficiently. This design I had didn't even work at all how I envisioned. And I think this learning experience and then just, using that knowledge to then build a better rendition, to be a better craftsman the next time around, like that is what keeps me, like I never ran a van shop where I just had like a base model. Every van I ever did was custom. And I feel like that gave me that satisfaction of always improving my designs. A lot of that the customer would never even see, but to me, I knew at heart that, I had agonized over some detail because I knew that it would make a better product. So that ascent towards always improving, that is what that's what like gets me excited to be in the shop. So I hope that continues to come through in the channel. So yeah, anyways, that got a little philosophical. I had a page and a half of notes for this. So I think that's all I wanted to say today. So I'll continue to have videos coming out throughout the summer and the fall. Hopefully actually late this fall, maybe early winter. I have some really vague plans, or at this point I have some vague dreams of actually trying to build out a rental van. And I think the advantage of that again would be I could work on my own timeline. So I could really try to document better what would be a much more utilitarian and like functional build over my truly like best work from a crafts perspective. So hopefully that comes around sometime in the fall or the winter. But anyways, I just really like to appreciate all you guys' support. Overwhelmingly I get positive, comments, and yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, thank you, and hopefully you stick with this channel. Thanks.